My name is Alex Mandossian, and this is our Friday Hangout. Today's topic is about diving into this, getting more exposure at zero cost. Not just free, but zero cost. Now, it will take time unless you outsource it. It will take effort unless you outsource it. And it will take some thinking unless you outsource it. Now, I never recommend you outsource your thinking or feeling, but I do recommend you outsource your doing, and today we'll find out how to get free publicity, which is all about exposure. Now, Albert Einstein said that nothing happens until something moves, but Alex Mandossian says nothing happens until your offer is exposed. My guest today is going to talk about what publicity is about, and she does one thing extremely well, and you watch her because she's on path to media. She is in the underground, and she knows all about free publicity, and she knows it really well. And she's one of these people that, unlike most gurus, many of them don't do what they teach because they're too busy teaching it. She does, she teaches. She does, she teaches. And why that's so important is because she is exactly where you are, only elevated with the concept of publicity. So I'm going to ask her in a moment what publicity is, and we're talking about free publicity because, remember, here's the promise, getting more exposure at zero cost. That's what we're wanting. Okay, so in a moment, I'm going to ask her, what it is. But first, I want to ask her what has earned her the right to be on this show and talk about publicity. Like, what makes her uniquely qualified? So, Christina Davies, welcome to this show. And first time here. We've known each other not too long, but you're super excited. And you're on a panel now of a group of veterans. And you're not the guru, but you do know publicity. So what gives you the right to talk about it? Go for it.
I do. Well, like you said, Alex, I walk the walk, I talk the talk. I'm a small business owner, entrepreneur. 2 years ago, I launched a product that had never existed before. And when I launched, like most of us small business owners, I went way over budget, and I had no money left to hire a publicist. I couldn't do advertising or marketing. So it was, I could go broke, or I could figure out how to get publicity. And I taught myself everything I could. Figured out a lot of things that worked, like really good ways to connect with journalists where, hey, they were emailing. And in 2 years, I have been in over 200 media outlets. I have gotten thousands of new customers. I have sales up into the 6 figures, and what's really important about that, some people might think, oh, 6 figures, not that great. Well, my product retails for $7 to $24. And then now I'm coaching people to do this, and they're having the same results. So if you add up all of our 5 and 6 figures, we're probably over 7 figures now. So it really works if you know what you're doing.
Okay, and if you look behind Christina, she is not short on publicity. I mean, take a look at her background. I mean, that is not a green screen. PR for anyone? PR for anyone? PR? I mean, it's all there. It's kind of like a Dalmatian with a background with little black dots. It's beautiful, and she has the pink branding. And she's wearing, that color, the pink lipstick. Now, I can't get away with that. Otherwise, people would be second-guessing me. And we have a pink banner, by the way. But here's the most important thing. Anyone can do this. So what is publicity? I want to hear the definition in Christina's terms. Go for it.
Right. Publicity is somebody else telling the world how great you are. They call it earned media. They call it third-party credibility. But instead of you buying an ad or putting out a press release where you're telling the world how great you are, this is somebody else telling the world how great you are.
Okay, and the reason someone else telling you and telling the rest of the world how great you are is you have third-party authority, which makes you an authority. That's really funny. It's a residue that's kind of rubbing off on you. Kind of like when you pick up rose petals, you smell them and then you drop them. The residue, the scent is still there. That's what happens with publicity. When someone is telling others how great you are, you end up getting the deal, the interview, or whatever it is you're attempting to do. I want to get coached by Christina, and I want her to coach me because the gurus don't have time, and she knows what she's doing because she's doing it right now, and that definition is accurate. It's other people bragging about you. So let's talk about why publicity is so important, in your own words.
So absolutely. When you are out there, that means customers can find you. If you're the one, somebody's going to get the publicity. It's either going to be you or your competitors. So you may as well learn how to do it yourself and make sure that it's you. So customers find you. It gives you credibility, especially if you're a service-based industry and you're constantly out there and you are the guru, you are the expert. That gives you that credibility, and then you get to charge more money because people are like, wow, I see Alex Mandossian everywhere. He's in the Wall Street Journal, he's in the New York Times. This guy's got to know what he's talking about. I want to work with him, and I'm willing to pay for it.
Well, the important thing is, my mother still doesn't know what I do, so many people have not heard of me, nor do they wish to hear of me. And there are people who've never heard of Jack Canfield or Mark Victor Hansen. There are people who've never heard of John Gray or Robert Kiyosaki. A lot of people have heard of Donald Trump or Sir Richard Branson, but there are these different tiers of publicity where people are entrenched in the personal development market. Some people don't know who Tony Robbins is, right? So it all depends on what crowd you're in. Whatever niche or whatever group is reading periodicals or journals or is visiting websites, that is your niche, your micro niche, your market. That's where you want the publicity to go, but many times it goes far beyond that.